In this video, we'll see how to record vendor payments in AS Accounting Information System. In earlier video, we have seen how to record a vendor invoice using this AP invoice option. Now we are going to make the payment. But before making the payment, what are all the list of invoices which are open against which vendors? How we'll know? We can run report called vendor raising at you can get vendor raising at any of these parameters by project vertical or by geography, by city state. So now I'm just generating vendor raising at entity level. It is saying the file already exists in my downloads. We delete it, downloaded. So let's go to my downloads. You can see the vendor raising. So all these invoices are open. So ITC seeds and all. So let's pick one vendor where there are two invoices are pending. We'll process this Royal Oak. These two invoices, 12 and 14. These two invoices will make a payment at once. Okay, let's go to AP payment. Record a payment. And which bank account you want to make a payment from? I want to make from ECT this account. And payment date is 1st May. Select the accounting year and do you want to make a part payment or a full payment? So I want to make a full payment now in this for this vendor. So select the vendor. Now once you click this, there is a button of search button. It will show the open invoices. And before going to that, it is saying that the payment does it has shown one error saying the payment date doesn't fall in the selected accounting period, because the May falls in period 2. There are two invoices. Yeah, even if there are so many invoices, you can select all those invoices by pressing Control. So now I have selected two. Let me unselect. So you can see by pressing Control, and I have selected two. If there are 20 invoices, 50 invoices, or many invoices, you can select. You can press Control button and you can select those invoices, and system automatically calculates what is the total amount that to be debited in the bank. So these are in INR invoices, and this is an Indian entity. So this is the invoice value, and the document amount what would be debited in the bank also the same. On clicking next, it has picked the invoices, and we are making payment to this Royal Oak, and this is the amount in invoice currency and bank currency. It is same because these are all INR invoices. You can see the system has calculated exchange gains or loss based on the invoice value in entity currency at the time of recording the invoice versus at the time of payment. Since these are all in INR invoices and it's an Indian entity, at the time of recording the invoice, the exchange rate is also 1. So now also it is 1. So the value at the time of recording and at the time of payment it is same. So the exchange gains or losses is 0. You can record payment of foreign invoices, that if your invoices are in USD and it's an Indian company, then it will calculate the exchange gains or losses. Similarly, if you are making a payment of USD invoices from an USD bank account, any permutation combinations are possible. You can make payment from INR bank account, USD bank account. You can make payment for foreign currency invoices. All type of permutations combinations AS will allow, and AS will automatically calculate the exchange gains or losses. So there are two options. One is save and send payment advice. Save zip and send payment advice. What are the two buttons? So if you click save and send payment advice, it will save this payment entry and immediately it will send the payment advice to the vendor. If you click this, it won't send the payment advice and it will wait for another payment advice also. Assume there are multiple payment advice and you don't want to send single mails. So all those payment advice will be grouped and it will zip and it will zip those payment advice in a zip file and it will send as a single email. So this is zipping and sending the payment advice. This is sending the payment advice immediately. So now I have clicked save and send payment advice. So the button is pressed. You can see the payment entry is saved and payment advice is saved to the cloud. So the payment advice is saved to the cloud so that we can retrieve the payment advice later, and advice is also sent to the vendor. On clicking OK, it got closed. So let me open the vendor email. So as we said, the payment advice is sent. Let's check. For this demo, we have given the in vendor master data, the email ID what I have given is this. So you can see this is a vendor email ID. What I have given against the vendor in the master data in AIS. You can see the vendor has received a payment advice like payment advice from Zenix India. Reference is AP payment 2. Greetings here with the payment advice for your records. He can see what is the invoice number and what is the date and what is the currency and what is the amount which is paid. So this by once you make the payment in the system immediately sends payment advice to your vendor, or you can also zip and send the payment advice, multiple payment advice at once. So this helps you in two ways. One is your vendor books always reconciles with you. Since the vendor has received the payment address, he will know for which invoice we have made a payment, and he will also knock off the same in his books of account. So your vendor books and your books always matches. Secondly, sending payment advice gives a level of confidence, saying that okay, if I support to this, if I provide any goods and services to this company, they'll make the payment in time, and it creates a good rapport with your vendor, which will help you negotiating the future goods and services. And you can at any point of time you can retrieve these payment advice at any point of time. You can search the payment advice, so you can click and display. You can see the payment advice at any point of time. You can make multiple payments at once, and on clicking the payment, the payment automatically will get the payment address will be sent to the vendor. So that's it for the video. Thank you.